We've been here for about 3 years. We've grown from 2 doctors with, I think I started out with 4 technicians to a staff of 45, including 10 full-time doctors. So it's grown tremendously just in 3 years. In order to practice medicine effectively, you've got to have a good tool for documenting what you do. Our case is a 24-hour hospital. It's not just documenting, but it's communicating between each other and with our referring veterinarians. The thing I guess that I find the most useful about ezyVet is how heavily templated it is and how customizable it is so that I can greatly speed up my own record keeping. It's also very nice that my doctors never touch an invoice. We only go to the invoice page to approve them. Everything is done off of the clinical record or out of SmartFlow sheet. It's a very efficient system. We started the practice clean with ezyVet. This practice has never used another piece of software. The other thing that was important to me, not only does it need to integrate with SmartFlow, but my wife needs to be able to use it. And that's nothing against my wife. She will tell you she's a technophobe. She hates computers, doesn't do anything with a computer, struggles to turn hers on. So we needed something that even for people that weren't computer savvy, don't know a DOS prompt from a Microsoft window, that they would be able to drive this. And we've had great success doing that this whole time. Bringing on and onboarding new doctors has taken a couple of shifts to get them used to it, but that's really all the training they get is a couple of shifts. In our consult rooms, we find it really useful. We have a television in each one of those rooms, and we have an Apple TV fixed right behind those TVs so that when I bring an iPad into the room with ezyVet running, I can show them, well, I can show them anything I want to that's on the iPad. So whether that is showing them a normal x-ray or whether that is showing them their own x-rays, and we can manipulate that and point to things and move them around. The other thing is lab work. Lab work shows up very nicely with the reds and the blues, and when you say, everything that's white or gray is normal, but everything that's red or blue is abnormal, sometimes they have kind of a horrified look on their face because they understand how much of that is really abnormal or how much they really shouldn't be concerned. We have seen the drop costs go way down. When we do find drop costs, it generally is a doctor error, or it's this doctor's error because he didn't set up the template quite right, and it's an opportunity for me to go and fix the billing triggers and those things within the templates. And once I learned last year that you could include billing triggers in a template, that made us that much more efficient. I was fortunate enough to go to the very first super user conference, the Unleash conference here when it was held in Frisco. And it was really interesting to be able to see developers up there interacting with the people that are using their software and how vested they were in how well that worked for us. And for us to make suggestions and say, no, this won't work and that won't work. But to see their thought process and to see them write those things up on a whiteboard and say, yes, we can do that. This is what it'll take. And then to see a couple months later, to see that come out in a new version of ezyVet is fantastic. I mean, they've been so responsive to what the public, to what the users want in the software. I have not experienced that with any other piece of software ever, whether it's practice management software or something else.